Hello there guys and girls, this is the Persian Prince with a FotS Samurai 1v1 land tournament match, and this is the ITS tournament, which stands for International Tournaments Shogun 2. It's a best of 5 round 1, which is actually round of round of 32 players, I guess. And it's a best of 5 match. Of course, again, we have games 1 and 2 on our Ridge Pass, games 3 and 4 on Kawabe River, and if necessary, tiebreaker on Ubayu Onsen. So, here we have the game. Oh, and unfortunately both of them have white flags. This is going to be a bit of a pain to cast, but oh well. Again, we have Adalar versus Loli. Adalar is in the USSR clan, whereas Loli is in UFTW apparently. It doesn't show here, so maybe he did leave it, or maybe he left the UFTW, or maybe he just doesn't have it as part of his in-game name. Anyway, I'm gonna go over the builds. For Adalar, we have, let's see, 2 rank 4 Yari keys. Interestingly enough, it seems like some melee attack defense upgrades for them. Then we have 2 revolver cap over here, and this Yari key is vanilla. We also have another Yari key on his left flank, rank 4. And in terms of his general, he is a command general with some points in gun, and he actually has stand and fight. Now, for his actual line infantry, we have Red Bears, vanilla, and then 150 range US Marines with suppression fire, of course. Red Bear infantry, rank 2 over here with 2 reload upgrades, pretty cool unit. Ooh, some damage onto the Yari key here by Armstrong guns. Lots of damage actually. 17 kills already. Then we have this Black Tortoise vanilla over here. Red Bears, and basically 2 more Red Bears here. Black Tortoise, Spear Levy, and that is basically it for Adalar. Now for his opponent Loli. He does have... Wait, I probably should be lowering the sound of this because it can get quite loud. So for Loli, we do have his right flank Imperial Guard infantry, 150 range with suppression fire. It's quite interesting that he actually decided to bring that one unit, as it is quite expensive. Then we do have a Tosa Rifleman, 175 range. Huge gamble by him to bring this unit. Besides that, another Imperial Guard infantry, 150 range, again with suppression fire. This is quite a ballsy move by Loli here to bring this kind of build. And he also has this Tosa 175 range here. This is insane what Loli's doing here. It's like 4 super expensive units, out of which 2 are really strong, but these 2 are quite vulnerable to cap charges or to melee units, and they don't really have too much staying power. So this kind of build is quite squishy, I feel, and not really competitively viable, but we'll see. He also has an Armstrong gun of all things to bring, and 2 White Bears, and then like 2 Yari key, it seems, vanilla, and the General's Bodyguard 155 range, so gun general. I don't really like this, but at least, and as you can see, it's very risky to bring it already. Yeah, he got some kills on the US Marine, but look at his toast, lost so many men. But this is not what Adalar should be doing here, but it is going to work anyway, because just look, what kind of units does Loli actually have to stop him, right? Like, how is he gonna stop these 2 revolvers with what? He has so few units because he brought all those expensive units that he can't really cover the ground. And look at this positioning by Adalar. This is beautiful over here with his Red Bears.
Your men are running, sir.
And this is just so bad for Loli right now. He doesn't have the numbers and the staying power. Just look at these Toast Rifles. Sure, they got 11 kills, but it's on Red Bears and they're not going to be able to do too much. And this Imperial Guard infantry doesn't really have the line of sight to use its 150 range. And look, 2 revolvers doing so much damage for Adalar here. Loli's general is gone already. He has 1 cavalry unit left. He doesn't have his other Yari key either. And look at this Tosa just dying so quickly. And basically, well, I would say that this game was over since the beginning, based on the kind of build that Loli brought. It's super risky, and I don't think it can really work against good players. But he did try it, and he risked, and it didn't go very well for him. I wonder if he brought it because he studied Adalar or something, and he knew that he would absolutely never bring something like this or something. But I doubt it, because like most competitive builds would crush this build that Loli brought. So I don't get it. Of course, Adalar didn't really play this game perfectly, but look, he's still crushing through the forces of Loli at this point anyway. So this is pretty decisive for Adalar, but let's zoom in a little bit and offer some close up as these red birds actually route off the field. So he didn't have red there, so okay. I didn't see them, but he didn't have enough lines for sure. He didn't have enough cav to defend. Like, what did he have? 2 Tosas, 175 range, and then 2 Imperial Guard Infantry, 150 range. That's 4 super expensive units, and then you have the Armstrong gun as well on top of that. So 5 elites basically. Well, if you consider the Armstrong gun, but so much money used in that regard, and it's just too much of a risk to actually try something like that. Might be fun to try, but certainly not competitive, I think. And Adalar showed this here, that even though he didn't play this out as well as he could have, it just wasn't going to matter because of what kind of build that Loli brought. It just wasn't solid enough at all. And so it crumbled quite easily to Adalar's push. There's just not enough power in the build. And so Loli died. I'm not gonna... But that's basically the story of this game. Like, there was not really much point in casting it afterwards, I think. And sure, if Adalar made a huge amount of mistakes, he could have lost, but still. Look at the amount of deployed. Like 500 more men for Adalar, and he also has more cavalry, so it's insane the amount of units that how many more units Adalar has over Loli. It's just insane. But yeah, that is game. So you can see unit statistics, US Marines, revolvers, everything for Adalar did okay-ish, except I guess like even his general and even these Yariki didn't really do what they needed. But oh well, it doesn't really matter. Even if he was cost efficient in here, which he was going to win anyway. Look at Loli. None of his units actually got over 87 kills, and that's actually really bad for him. Look at his Yarikis and his general. They got shot to pieces by the revolvers of Adalar. So yeah, that's first game, and I shall see you in game number 2. So here is game 2 of Adalar versus Loli. And we will see how this one's going to go, but because the first game did not go very well for Loli at all. He brought too risky of a build, in my opinion, to like he might win like less than 5% of competitive Follow the Samurai tournament matches with something like this, and not even joking. Like, I don't know why he would actually bring this, but here's another build by Loli. First, of course, I'm gonna go over Adalar's build. I didn't actually go over what kind of dojos were in the game before, because everything was like pretty much decided from the beginning what would have happened anyway. So we have Shrine closer to Adalar and the farmhouse closer to Loli. Now Adalar, let's see what he has. 2 revolver cav on his right flank. I almost said 3. That would be insane if he could bring revolver cav. It's time to like bring back the 4 revolver cav line spam build. Yeah. Anyway, besides the 2 revolver cav, he does have 2 Yariki on this flank, a vanilla one and a rank 6 one. He also has a rank 4 Yariki here and a vanilla Yariki. Pretty good cav contingent for Adalar, and kind of standard. Maybe not his upgrades on his Yarikis, but still. In terms of his general, again, command general with standard fight and gun enabled. Then we have 2 red bear infantry on his left flank. One of them has 2 upgrades, 2 reload upgrades it seems. In the center, he has 3 line units. 2 of them are actually elites, Royal Marines, and Infantry de Marine, 150 range. Both have suppression fire and quite deadly stats. Last but not least, we have the two red bears over here. So basically, red bears on the flanks and like weaker units in melee, or at least the units with higher range that can do more damage are here because there's better terrain for 150 range units. So this is definitely a pretty good build that Adalar brought here. Now let's go over Loli's build. Where is his general? I can't find his general. It's hidden. Oh, there it is. It's not actually hidden. It was in plain sight. So he does have 155 range. Again, same kind of gun general. But something is wrong with his general because... oh, never mind. He does have pretty good stats, reload, and accuracy. I thought he didn't upgrade them for some reason. Anyway, he has... let's see, how many red bears? 4 red bear infantry, so that's pretty cool to bring 4 of them. Then he has... ooh, not quite sure I agree with this. So he has 2 white bears, 150 range, which he's placing like this, facing this way. And a Royal Marine as well, facing this way. So again, he's got 4 super expensive units. Oh, including this vanilla sharpshooter, which I honestly wouldn't understand why you would bring it. And why is Loli even positioning himself like this? This is quite odd what Loli's doing here, and I don't think it's really gonna be something that he'll be able to use effectively on this map. I mean, I feel like he's just going to crumble once again. But in terms of cavalry, let's see what he has. So he actually has 4 vanilla Yari keys. Pretty nice to bring him. But that seems to be Loli's build. Again, a very small build, and a build that I feel like won't work too well, in particular because of the 3 150s and this extra sharpshooter that I don't see the point of. Like, honestly, I would have simply brought like 2 Marines instead of like 2 white bears and a 150 Royal Marine. That's just a very odd choice by Loli. White bears 150s are they're okay, but I don't really particularly like that kind of unit. I prefer Marines 150 range. They're much more effective in their role. They have better rifle types, better reloading animations, and so on and so forth. They're actually just really much more effective, and overall they have much better stats, as you can see here. So 150 range white bears are not quite what you would want. So Adalar here, you can see he again, he's probably feeling very confident in himself after seeing the build that Loli brought. Again, this definitely is a better build by Loli, but actually, as I say that, another sharpshooter does come out at FotS, which I don't understand. Why would you have 2 sharpshooters and then have all these 150 range units again already? Like, this is just too strange what Loli is doing here. Like, way too weird of a build and way too inefficient, I think. Like, you already have so many 150s, and on this map especially, why would you have more than more than 2 150s? Okay, maybe you can somehow make 3 work, but I think it's nearly impossible. But really, how many does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 150s? Seriously? I don't see that working. Not at all. Like, I just don't get it. Like, if Adalar has, okay, he has, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 line units in total, but Adalar probably has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he maybe doesn't have. Okay, he's not doing this properly, Adalar, that is. He's definitely not doing this properly. Should have gone around here and into the forest like this, or kept flanking. Because this is certainly not the way he should be approaching this. He already took 28 losses on his red bear, and again, he's getting fired upon by a white bear over here. So this is not good by Adalar. But the thing is, he is decapping the farmhouse right now, but he's taking damage on his units. And once again, this red bear is almost down to half strength. So Adalar, well, it's now under half strength. So Adalar is misplaying this game quite a bit, which I don't really agree with what he's doing. Like, I really don't think this is a good idea, what he's doing right now. I do like that he's concentrating his forces over here, but I don't like the way he's actually approaching. I mean, he's gonna get shot again. isn't he? Yeah, this is quite weird what Adalar is doing, but okay, he's pulling back now, so he realized the mistake. But his Marines are doing odd things, as you can see here. I think he has problems with his groupings or something. I'm not quite sure. And this move by Adalar might actually be a bit strange, but we'll see if it does work, because Loli isn't answering to it. But it is actually gonna work, maybe, even though this is super risky. But this is not, again, not effective by Adalar. He should have gone in with his Yari key first, and then with the revolvers, I think, because he needed to tie down. He actually needed, like, really needed to tie down the cavalry of Loli, and then get his revolvers and shoot the 150s of Loli. So this is a really big mistake here by Adalar. But the question is if it's actually going to end up mattering, because again, Adalar just has a much better build than what Loli has. So as you can see here, Loli's cavalry is pretty weak, and they actually got shot beforehand by the revolver cav, which actually still lives, but was not really cost effective in terms of what they did. So definitely a mistake here by Adalar with his revolvers. And ooh, the cavalry of Adalar getting shot here, but again, does it really matter here? Because Adalar is just going to punch through with his superior numbers, and he still has cavalry. And how is Loli going to reply with just the few amount of lines that he has to all of this cavalry that Adalar still has, including a few revolver cav? Like, how is Loli going to do this? I honestly just don't understand at all. But we'll see if Loli can actually pull this one off somehow. I don't think so, though. I mean, sure, he's got the second line position over here, and he can perhaps shoot the cavalry, but how many units is he really gonna have left? Just look at this infantry, the marine just dishing out the damage. Of course, Adalar is actually, I don't know why he's pushing up so far here, because the sharpshooters are killing him. Mistake by Adalar here, but I don't really think that it's gonna end up mattering. Just look at how many units, again, Adalar has over Loli. And look, now the sharpshooters are gonna die to Red Bears 1v1. Like, you don't really see that, but there we go. Because he brought sharpshooters, and I'm not quite sure why you would bring sharpshooters. To be fair. Now here come the Red Bears of Adalar. They're walking. They might actually get destroyed by this Red Bear in a volley or something like that. And just look at them getting shot and all the blood. It's not gonna end up mattering. These guys, it says they're losing, and they actually are, but it's not. Yeah, they're actually gonna be able to get back into this despite losing the first volley, because they are actually have better reload maybe. So that's what might allow them to get back into this. And looks like indeed they now have the advantage, because they're shooting downhill and they have superior reload skill.
Your victory is close, sir.
So now you can see Adalar's units mopping up Loli here. Like this last unit for Loli just routed off the field, and that is basically game. And that is my Shogun 2 crashing. So I guess I can't really show you the end results, but I'll just go on to game number 3 in just a moment. This is game 3 of Adalar versus Loli. And finally we're gonna have a different map, and it's gonna be Kawabe River. See how it's gonna go. But judging by the way the first 2 games went, it should pretty handily go into Adalar's favor. Again, just because of the builds, not because of how Adalar is using his build. But basically Adalar, like, just from the get-go, he has like 80% chance of victory because of the build, basically. Anyway, gonna make it slow-mo and go over Adalar's build. So he has his general, again, command gun general with stand and fight. Then we have him with a Red Bear infantry on his far left flank, hidden in the forest, it seems. And as for his center, he has two 150s, a US Marine with suppression fire, and a Shogunate infantry, interestingly enough, again with suppression fire. So it is making a slight change to his build. Then a Red Bear infantry over here, and probably two more Red Bears here, indeed. Then in terms of cavalry contingent, he has two Yariki in the center, rank 4-1 and a vanilla one. He also has... Yariki rank 4 and Yariki vanilla. Then we have two revolver cab for him. So actually, wait. This is quite odd. I think this is breaking the rules. Hang on. Hang on. I'm talking to an admin right now because I think you can't really bring this build what Adalar brought. But it probably won't make the difference here. This is quite odd what Adalar has here in terms of its unit composition. Yeah, I think I'm speaking to the organizer of this tournament, and yeah, this is not allowed, I think. Yeah, this is quite odd. But anyway, I'll just cast it anyway, and I'm not gonna keep going on with it anyway. So, and it might not even make the difference here, and if it doesn't make a difference here, like, it's probably won't even need to be replayed. I mean, Adalar's already played the next match in the next round, so probably won't need to go this far behind to actually replay it. We'll see though. I'm gonna go over Loli's build now. So he does have 155 gun general. Again, quite normal stuff for him. But Boki is actually firing at his general and is actually gonna do some damage here in slow motion. Now Loli, what does he have? He has again, Toaster Rifleman 175 range hidden here in the forest. I don't know why he keeps bringing that unit. And his second Toaster Rifleman 175 range here. That is so weird. Then he has Imperial Guard Infantry 150 range. That's a good unit for sure. Then 3 Red Bears and 1 White Bear. For the rest, he does manage to get... Oh, here's another White Bear. So yeah, and then he does have 4 Yariki vanilla. Again, very, very awkward build by Loli. Now let's look at the dojos. Archery dojo on the hillside, sword dojo here, farmhouse. And actually, Adalar's not gonna have any issues getting the sword dojo and the archery dojo. Now, getting the farmhouse might be a little bit more difficult as there's Tosa there, but he could definitely start doing interesting things on that side for sure. I think he could go with the cavalry and just demolish that Tosa, I think, anyway. But he just wants to take it slowly right now and get the archery dojo, get the sword dojo for himself, and then probably the farmhouse as well. So Adalar is going to continue using the Boki to give him the range that he needs. He's done quite a bit of damage onto Loki's, well, Loki, not Loki, Loli's general. So yeah, it's quite significant right now. I'd say Adalar's advantage again, because we have sword dojo, we have archery dojo, and likely he will go for the farmhouse next. And Adalar, you can already see that he's starting to flank around and get around, because Loli just doesn't have enough units to stop Adalar from doing that. Though Adalar is doing some weird things here with his Boki, and it's gonna get it shot down to 50 men. That was quite weird.
The damned enemy
And now we have Adalar
ambushed you, sir.
moving up his revolver cav, and he's gonna get some nice shots onto those riflemen, but this isn't really how I would want Adalar to use his revolvers, but they were effective anyway. Even in that scenario, like, he could have moved up the line unit and been much better off. He's actually gonna continue moving up his revolvers and keep doing this. I don't really agree with how Adalar is really engaging this year, but it still should work alright with him. Yeah, look at this, those 18 men, but this isn't what I wanted to see from Adalar again. Like, it's one way to do it. It's still efficient for him, but it's not as efficient as it could have been, really. And now here comes the cavalry engagement, and Adalar, and you can see that Adalar's units are stronger. He has the sword dojo and he has the archery dojo, so he can reload his revolvers whenever he wants to, but his revolvers will die. So again, mistakes by Adalar here, and he's actually gonna get his cavalry shot here, probably. Adalar isn't managing this as well as he could, but now he's gonna move his cavalry around, as he does notice. Here, another mistake by Adalar, though, getting his red bears shot by white bears, so this is a good engagement by Loli here. And Adalar just lost so much of his cavalry, and suddenly this is a very bad engagement for Adalar here. Very bad engagement. But look at Loli. I'm not sure what he wants to do with those riflemen. It might actually get shot if he doesn't notice. I mean, still, I would still give the advantage to Adalar. He still has 2 Yariki here, and he's probably going to be able to kill that cav. Not only that, but just look at the damage he's doing to this one Tosa. Finally, Loli is moving in, but it took him so long to realize, and just got shot to pieces and lost so many men.
The enemy general is dead.
As you can see, or rather as you can hear, Loli's general is now gone off the field. Adalar's cavalry should beat here this. Should be able to get rid of the other unit, and everything here is gone. Loli's gonna continue moving on ahead, and he's getting shot in the back by Adalar's units. Here, though, not a good engagement by Adalar at all. His US Marines getting shot to pieces. Here, he might actually be able to win this engagement, as he does have the archery dojo with support from Boki as well. But Boki are gonna get shot by Imperial Guard infantry, but look at Adalar. Now he's using this opportunity to move up. However, the Tosa rifleman, this is where it excels, but the range is gonna be closed in no time, and now the Tosas are gonna get shot to pieces by Adalar's forces. So really nice use here by Adalar of his superior staying power. He's gonna get rid of that Tosa rifleman, and now he's just gonna do some damage with the Boki, then charge into the Red Bears.
All its ammunition.
Revolver cap for Adalar still on the field, but he keeps going on frontally into white bears when he could be going around and just destroying Loli's forces. But as you can see, the game still doesn't make a difference, and it ends here. Somehow, I guess the replay is somehow corrupted or something, but you can clearly see who the victor here was, and that is Adalar. He has the archery dojo, he has the sword dojo. Nobody really got to the farmhouse. Adalar again had a much better build, and he has so many units at this point that it doesn't really matter. So yeah, Adalar does end up winning match 3-0 and advances on to the next round to play against Vim. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I'll see you next time.